अभी यही सेशन है, नेक्स्ट सेशन में
अप्लाई कर दिया।
शेंगेन का मिल गया, यूएस का वीज़ा का मिल गया
सितंबर का।
तो फ्री में मिल गया।
हाँ ऐसे हो।
मैं जब उस दिन फ़ोन करा था, मैं तेरे को फ़ोन करने वाला था, मैं तेरा वो टेक्स्ट देखा
हाँ
वो यूएस ने लास्ट वीक में 1 मिल वीज़ा खोल दिए।
हाँ तूने मैसेज किया ना मेरे को।
हाँ किया ना तेरे को मैं।
म्यूट है क्या इसमें, कैसे समझेगा?
Good morning, everyone. I know we kept you waiting for some time. We were trying to give grace to people who said they would come. I don't think we have any grace here, but we've given grace. Alright? The very few that we are here, I think since this is something new, we always experience this, but we do not know this movement may turn to many. And there are many who are here on live stream, and so we thought we will start the program. So, on behalf of Happier Humanity, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you present here. around us. You all have taken a step in the right direction, not just to the well-being of yourself and your dear ones, but also for children at large. We have here, right in our midst, educators and parents, and some don both hats. We are the foundation influences children have in their early lives, and their well-being and happiness is our responsibility to shoulder. Happiness matters. The idea of this boutique event came about with the realization that many of us here do not know much about the science of happiness or understand it well. And so, our founder of Happier Humanity, Ms. Hailley Turakhia Shah, has all of you gathered together today in one forum to discuss the key practices that build and enhance one's happiness and well-being at a young age and help sustain it. What better day to have it than to commemorate it on the International Day of Happiness, which is tomorrow, 20th March 2023. But before we begin, I'd like to tickle your funny bone. Are you all ready? I have a question. Who is the healthiest member of the army? I'll give a little clue. Everybody is looking. They want to answer, but you're afraid. But you could go ahead. We'll have some fun. The answer is, I hope you heard my question again. Let me repeat it. Who is the healthiest member of the army? I still say it again. If anyone wants to take a try. The answer is 2 words. A little clue. And then I'll give a further clue. Anyone wants to try? I can't hear. Someone saying something. What did you say? Me. You said me. Me. No, I said 2 words. Anyway, thanks for the try. Sometimes maybe you are there, but the words are a little different. I said the answer is in the army position, which was there in my question, 1 word. And the next word is today's theme. Does that help for you to think better? I gave a very easy clue. I said my question was, who is the healthiest member of the army? And I said it is an army position. And the next is today's theme. Anyone wants to take a try now? You afraid? Please go ahead. We can have fun. Who's the head of the army? I heard something. Now, 1 word.
President.
I think no. Head of the army? Okay. General. Okay, I've given 1 word. Head of the army, general. And the next I said is today's theme. Extend it a little. There's something more after that also. No. That's the thing, but no. Keep looking at the boards, probably you'll get some word quickly. Okay, I won't waste time. It is, who's the healthiest member of the army? General well-being. Okay? Now, for this well-being of this army, of an audience that we have, a snack was kept for you, and I hope you've taken it. the trash, if you could please put it in the bin, the black bags that we have kept the trash bags at the corner of the hall. Now, let's begin. We are joined today by speakers and resource persons originally from our city, Thane, who have been brought together by happier humanity to share and embrace the ideas on well-being. And keeping this in mind, this theme in mind, in a very mindful way, we will now begin our program. I welcome Ms. Chitra Pandhi, a certified yoga instructor and nutritionist, and founder of Yoga-tainment, practicing for the past 15 years. Her aim is to spread yoga in its simplest form and inspire each one to take it up as a lifestyle. She has done her master's in home science, specializing in human development from Nikita College, PG diploma in counseling psychology from the Xavier's Institute, and a diploma teacher's training in yoga. An ardent lover of health and fitness, coupled with her love for Kathak dance, enables her to bring variations in her yoga class. Her background in human development and counseling allows her to teach yoga to children with special needs, autism spectrum disorder, and ADHD. She's conducted several webinars for kids, students, senior citizens, and professors, and provided services to great companies like HDFC, Airvo, FedEx, JP Morgan, Marico, IIT Mumbai, and to our very own Thane Mental Hospital, Central Jail, Civil Hospital, Snehalaya, Garden School, and many more. Ms. Chitra will guide us through yoga and meditation practices for happiness, with a focus on how we can build a practice for children. Let us all put our hands together and welcome our young, lively and charming speaker, Ms. Chitra Pandhi.
Sound. सेंटर इधर
ये एंगल ठीक है ना?
क्रॉस एंगल है
हाँ वो जानबूझ के रखा है।
हाँ
Thank you so much for having me here.
वन सेकंड
Alright, so
Okay.
before we start, do we have a mic also for the audience? Yes. Alright, because I don't want to do the talking alone. So I would also like you to know. First of all, thank you so much everyone for joining us on the Sunday morning.
मैडम
So,
सेंटर
alright, should I come here?
हाँ यस
Fine. Welcome to everyone who is also joining online. Alright, so before we start, his theme is happiness, right? So what is happiness?
बैक
Anyone from the audience?
कट हो रहा है
Happiness is a state of mind.
Okay, a state of mind also. What else?
When we feel good
When you feel good.
and pleasant.
Correct. State of satisfaction. Awesome. So, in simple words, अच्छा feel होना. ठीक है? अच्छा feel होता है, इसमें खुश हो. Right? अच्छा feel नहीं होता है, which means something is wrong somewhere, right? Now, it could be at a physical level or at a mental level. Right? Given that I am a yoga teacher, I am sure you want to talk something about physical level, right? Physical level कुछ भी कहीं भी दर्द हो. I'll be using Khushi is gayab, right? You have best of things happening, but one single ache anywhere in your body, happiness is gone. Right? So, aches and pains, whether it is chronic or temporary or whatever. So, we know that Radhika asanas work. Most people that come to us come with a backache, a headache, a neck ache, a migraine, or something given, right? So this is well established. कि हाँ भाई आसन करोगे, स्वस्थ रहोगे, right? So you do asanas and you will be more or less physically fit. Now how does that work? Everyone is aware of our nervous system? Yes. Okay. Nervous system has two parts: sympathetic, parasympathetic. So this is just to wake you up and tell you some scientific gyan. Okay? If you remember back from school, sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, all of that is learned in school. So what yogic asanas do is help to improve the functioning of our parasympathetic nervous system. What does it do? Teachers, your testimony. What does parasympathetic nervous system do? Any guess? Okay, I'll give this one. Functioning of different organs in our body. Correct. So functioning of our different organs in the body, parasympathetic system helps to increase the calmness and peace in our body. Alright? So it works on brain centers that help to calm us down. So that is how yogic asanas work. उसके अलावा आपके जो भी physical दर्द होंगे वो सब दूर करने में भी काम आएगा. That we all know. Now we've also heard the body and the mind are connected, right? All of us have at least heard this. How do we know that these are connected? Just that सुना है तो होगा ही. How do we know that these are connected? Okay, simple. Anyone's ever felt angry? Hand raise अगर कोई गुस्सा है. Everybody gets angry. Okay, I'll ask for those who have not raised their hand. Everyone gets angry, right? When was the last time you got angry? Just before coming home. Come on, exactly. Just before coming home.
When things don't happen our way, we get angry.
Exactly. When things don't happen your way, you get angry. That will be every moment, right? When you're angry, have you noticed what happens in your body? Anyone?
Blood pressure increases.
Blood pressure increases, yes. What else?
Start shivering at times.
You start shivering at times. That's very bad. You literally start shivering. You get a headache, yes. Exactly. You feel on
Sometimes aggression comes, sometimes so much of aggression. If it is not controlled.
Correct. Awesome. So I think all of us are super experienced here, right? You feel warm, कान गर्म हो जाता है, गाल गर्म हो जाता है. You feel your blood rushing, right? Blood circulation fast हो जाता है.
Rage, sometimes it's rage, you know, that rage. If you do not, one can do anything. Nowadays, there are so many things. They go beyond extent.
Right. Absolutely. So thoughts to दिमाग में आ रहे हैं, right? Something didn't happen. What you had thought of that did not happen. तो वो सब तो दिमाग में चल रहा है. But उसकी effect आपको body में shivers हो रहे हैं, head ache हो रहा है, body में warm feel हो रहा है. Which means there is some kind of connection. Something is happening in the mind. Your thoughts are not visible, but something is happening at a visible level, right? So some connection is there. So connection is established. Mind and the body are connected, right? Now, what happens is we have chemicals in our body, right? Hormones you would have heard of. Now, when you are angry, these hormones pump, right? Anger is just one emotion. and sad feeling. Right? You're sad, it shows that you're sad. Right? You're sad, but it shows in your body. You're angry, it shows in your body. You're happy, it shows in your body. Alright? Which means there are some chemicals working. The thoughts to it, chemicals generate to it, and आपके body में वो दिखा. Right? Now what we call this any stressful situation. Say for example, tiger आ गया सामने. Right? Tiger आ गया सामने, you can't be all calm, right? I'm a calm person. I have to handle this calm. Tiger आ गया, you have to run for your life, or else prepare to bhagav the tiger. Right? So what happens is, if there are two nervous systems, sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system. Right? So now when there is a stressful situation, tiger, a sympathetic nervous system is quick enough. Okay, red alert, I have to work on the tiger. Right? So adrenaline starts pumping in. There is more blood supply to your extremities, hands and legs, because you need more energy to run. भूख भाग जाएगी, right? खाना खाने के बाद खाना नहीं सूझेगा. You won't feel hungry anymore in a stressful situation. क्या होगा? आज अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, भूख नहीं है, right? Because blood circulation to your digestive system is reduced. It is required elsewhere. It's required in your hands and legs to run for your life, right? So sympathetic nervous system kicks in. Adrenaline increases in your adrenaline is a hormone, chemical, right? Which increases in your body to help you deal with the situation. Now the tiger is gone. You are safe. You can घर पहुँच गए. 2 हफ्ते बाद आप वापस. So sympathetic nervous system is very much required, right? If it's not working, what will you do? भागे नहीं पाओगे. Tiger. Forget tiger. चूहा आ गया. चल मेरे चूहा है. What will happen to you? Jump right on the chair, right? Instant sympathetic nervous system high. You jump on your chair. 2, you won't sit there. But adrenaline with that, fighting with relax and around. Okay? So, sympathetic nervous system is important to save you in stressful situations. Right? Now you reach home, 2 weeks later you are thinking, oh my god, I have met that tiger. वापस वो आप जब याद करोगे, you have your heart racing. You have that scene of tiger in front of you. You remember yourself running. You know what is happening? Once again, sympathetic nervous system is kicking in. Once again, your heart is racing. अभी tiger नहीं है. Tiger चला गया, आप safe हो. But our body doesn't know what has happened in the past, what is happening right now, or what is happening later on. It has only one job to do. Response to the thoughts. Response to the thoughts. So tiger का thought आया, वापस हम वही repeat कर रहे हो अपने दिमाग में, divide. Once again the same. But what is happening this time? Adrenaline rush हो रहा है. Sympathetic nervous system बढ़ गई. Adrenaline rush हो रहा है, but so blood circulation more to your arms and your legs, heart rate racing, blood circulation fast. But now all of this is not required because you have no situation to deal with it. There is no tiger that you have to run away from it. It's only your head, right? So what will happen? Adrenaline बन गया है. So कुछ ना कुछ तो होना पड़ेगा, right? Body में something that is generated that gets converted into stress, anxiety, right? Now stressful situations, tiger might not come in every one of our lives. Stressful situation, ट्रेन लेट हो गई, ऑफिस में लेट हो गया, आज डब्बा बनाने में लेट हो गया, आज करेंगे की सब्जी लग गई, आज बच्चों ने लेट कर दिया. Things not happening according to our wish happen every single time, right? So sympathetic nervous system has worked through always to deal with a stressful situation. Now if it is always on a high, all stresses are not that big. But अभी इसको आदत पड़ गई. अच्छा ये adrenaline, वो adrenaline, and so many times. So sympathetic nervous system is important, but now the situation is also not there. मेरे साथ वो tiger वाला हिस्सा 2 हफ्ते पहले हुआ था, but still adrenaline, right? So when it's not required, but you still Alright? I had a good fight with the bikewala who dashed my car. That was required that time because my car was damaged. But I go home and I'm still thinking mental wars. So और 2008 चाहिए मुझे, right? So और ये करना चाहिए. So और ये करना चाहिए. How dare this happen? How dare that happen? Situation is over, but you're still finding it in your mind. You're still replaying, rewind, wait. Hormones are generated, but they have no work to do now because the situation is not happening in real. So, stress, unhappiness, seen in forms of ailment. High BP हो गया, diabetes हो गया, asthma हो गया, hypertension हो गया. Yes? So, thoughts leading to physical ailments. अभी इलाज में ऐसा What's the control करना Okay. What else? Meditation. Okay.
Try not to think about bad experiences.
Okay. Try not to think about bad experiences. Any of this? Okay.
Divert your mind and try to think about something good.
Divert your mind and think about something good. Okay. Music. Okay.
Mindful. That means we should be able to concentrate more on the present rather than past and past experience.
Awesome. This is the experience speaking. Trying to be present and mindful to what is happening right now rather than going back to what has already happened in the past. Now ये सब easy है क्या? Meditate करने को बैठेंगे सबसे पहले वो गाड़ी वाला सामने आएगा. आँखें बंद करो सब छोड़ो. Right? सबसे पहले वो stressful situation आएगी. Divert करने को बैठे सबसे पहले उसमें ही शक्ल ड्रॉ करेंगे. Yeah? Is this also easy? But definitely it works. So how does this work? Controlling the thoughts, very difficult. Not visible, right? But now we know that some effect is happening on the body. So controlling the body is more easy, right? Moving this, moving that. So movement. First taking charge of what is in your control. Your body is fairly in your control. Yeah? Except for the involuntary functions. Voluntary functions सारे हमारे हाथ में. So any form of movement will help. Yes, go for a run, do yoga, yogic asanas. Now we know sympathetic का काम है, उल्टा है parasympathetic का. तो calm yoga when there is no stressful situation, right? So do yogic asanas. But ये नहीं कि सुबह योगा कर लिया और शाम को stress आ गया, तो सडनली पेन में आसन शुरू नहीं कर सकते, right? ये बात है. So the second semi-controllable is the breath. Right? We know that when we get angry, breathing fast हो जाती है. Right? You cannot fully control the breath. सांस लेके रोक के you will have to leave it at some point. Yeah? So some form of breathing. Alright, sit back. We do a quick exercise. Hand tool. जो आपको कहीं डिग्री के बाद छोटे जाकर सकता काम है. Sit back, comfortable posture. You will get your feet are grounded. पैर जमीन पे हैं. Your back is straight. And in the relaxed posture, if you can, keep them on your thighs. Eyes gently closed. And I just want you to get in touch with the space around you. Just notice the space around you. Notice the spot where you are located, your chair. Gradually notice your body. And then slowly bring the attention towards your breath. And see if you can feel the movement of your tummy. Notice if you can feel your tummy coming out, tummy going in. You might or might not feel the movement, that's okay, just try to be present to it. सांस लेते हुए धीरे धीरे पेट बाहर, सांस छोड़ते हुए धीरे धीरे पेट अंदर. Try to push the tummy out as you breathe in and let the tummy go in as you breathe out. Tummy coming out as you breathe in. खुद की सांस पर ध्यान दीजिए, बाजू वाले का नहीं. सांस छोड़ते हुए breathe out. Just notice the movement of the tummy coming out, going in. Try not to fall asleep. Try to be with the breath. And then gradually move your attention towards your nostrils. नासिका की तरफ ध्यान करेंगे. See if you can feel the touch of the air as you breathe in, the touch of the air as you breathe out. Notice the fullness of the air that goes in. You might feel it at the nostrils. The warmth of the breath that comes out, you might feel it at the upper lips. The mind might just wander away every moment. That's okay. Try to bring it back to the breath. Every time the mind runs away, you gently bring it back. Feel the touch of the air. Feel the movement of the tummy. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Once again, a deep breath in. And exhale. Once you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Awake or fell asleep? Alright, were you able to feel the movement of the tummy? पेट बाहर आते हुए अंदर जाते हुए. We call that, in yoga language we call that abdominal breathing. Consciously your tummy coming out as you breathe in. Consciously your tummy going in as you breathe out. Very, very relaxing breathing. So the next time you feel stressful, next time you'll notice that when you're thinking of the timer that was 2 weeks back, of the fight that was 10 years back. Yes? Go back to your breath. Feel the movement of the tongue. Feel the movement of the air. Thoughts are not in our control, but the breath is. Right? Try to take charge of the breath. The more you get into the practice of it, the more you will be able to take charge of the thoughts. Alright? How will you be practicing it? Is it practicing it? Breathing in and breathing out. But I do that in the morning and I think of the fight that I had with someone in the evening. So then what I do? And then evening again I have to practice. Okay. What else? When to practice? Early morning? Okay, so same way. Early morning I practiced, that time my thoughts were in control. And then afternoon something happened, my blood pressure shot up. Everyone has a mobile phone? Whenever possible. Okay. Okay, so every time possible, every time we have a free time. But we are very busy, we don't have time. Right? Everyone has a mobile phone? Take out your mobile phone. Games नहीं start करनी है. Bulb on your hand. All right. Go to the alarm clock, wherever it is in your phone. खोला अलार्म क्लॉक. कितने बजे उठते हो सुबह में? उसका अलार्म नहीं रहेगा. 5. ओके. 5:15 होगा. 5:15 का एक अलार्म होगा आपके फोन में या 5 o'clock का. दूसरा अभी 6 बजे का एक अलार्म शुरू कर दो. फिर 7 बजे का एक अलार्म शुरू कर दो. फिर 8 बजे का एक अलार्म शुरू कर दो. What time do you go to sleep? 10 o'clock? That will be your last. तो उसके बाद क्या करना है? Sleep peacefully. Every 1 hour. We are very busy, but every 1 hour we get a time to WhatsApp. No? If you are on Instagram, you have the time to check or post on Instagram also. But every 1 hour we can take out about 60 seconds. Yes, not more than that. Not even 61. Just 60. 60 seconds every 1 hour. Whatever you're doing, stop. Stop, check your breath. If you're thinking something ulta seedha, high chances ulta seedha chalta rahega. High chances your tummy movement will be irregular. Right? Every 1 hour, just take 60 seconds. Check your breath. Check your abdominal breathing that we just did. Yes? अभी फोन रख देना है. अभी WhatsApp चेक नहीं करना है. हो गया. बस अलार्म ही रखना है. Every 1 hour, check your abdominal movement. Consciously do abdominal breathing. Feel the touch of the air. Yes? And go back to your work after those 60 seconds. Yes? After 1 hour, वापस जब अलार्म बजेगा, take those 60 seconds. Check. Go back to your work. Take those 60 seconds. Go back to your work. The more you practice, the more. फिर एक टाइम आएगा जब वो 1 hour के बीच में also जब कुछ उल्टा सीधा थॉट आएगा ना, you will be more conscious. Oh, this. Let me check my breath and go back to what I am doing right now. Alright? Stopping the thoughts, not quite easy or possible for us. But becoming aware of the present situation, if you feel thought, it's difficult to forget that thought, right? But dissociating from it, and going back to the breath and your work is possible. So homework done? करेंगे? Awesome. चलिए, thank you so much. Thank you, Chitra, for the exercise and the emphasis on learning to inhale the present, be conscious, and control of what you can with no baggage in mind for our happiness and well-being. Up next, we have a very interesting panel discussion on the growing importance of happiness and well-being practices for children, a post-COVID perspective. We have 3 panelists, and I will begin with our first panelist, Mr. Bhatu Sawant, CEO of the NGO Samar Bharat Vyaspeed. Mr. Bhatu Sawant is the founder of India's first signal school in 2016, which then was operating from a shipping container, now revamped with classrooms and several facilities that provide underprivileged street children education, 3 square meals a day, and also trains them in life skills. I'm sure he will agree this was not easy. It was a lot of hard work, including the teachers having to learn the dialect, teaching the children before they got them into the language they wanted them to study. It also involved counseling sessions to the parents, prevention of malnutrition, medical examinations for children, imparting sex education, counseling on addiction and substance abuse, also all-round development in conducting activities for the children like street plays, value education, yoga, and teaching them skills like computers, drawing and crafts. He's also done a great work with his solid experience in solid waste management, green waste management, and dry and plastic waste segregation. Mr. Bhatu Sawant has participated as NGO representative in the 3 days World Trade Conference held at Geneva, Bali and Nairobi. He is also the project head for formulating development plan of Thane City and Dhule district. He was honored as a TEDx speaker. He was also facilitated by the Vice President of India, New Delhi, for anti-Doya best practice, the Thane Ratna Award by Hindustan Times, Thane Religion Award by TMC, and many awards. Let us all put our hands together and welcome our dynamic, positive, and high-powered panelist, Mr. Bhatu Sawant. I now move on to our second panelist, Dr. Nikita Kothari. Nikita Kothari, an academician for more than 2 decades, engaged in middle school, high school, higher secondary, and teacher training, both early childhood care education and B.Ed. She has to her credit Masters in Education, Child Counseling, and Postgrad Diploma in Management. She has traveled extensively understanding various curricula and instrumental in setting up schools and designing school curricula. She also conducted various parenting workshops, counseling seminars on stress management for students, dealing with peer pressure, and so on. During the pandemic, she was extremely influential on the global platform, sharing her ideas and so on. She's also a recipient of the Best Headmistress of Mr. Thane. Can we put our hands to welcome Dr. Mrs. Nikita Kothari, who is the principal of Bernadette School. Our third panelist is Mrs. Radhika Kulkarni, counseling psychologist, career counselor, and religion educator. Radhika has an acute inclination towards psychometric evaluations, assessments, career guidance, and counseling, as well as helping children with learning difficulties, brought together with her love for children and education. She is also a trained French language instructor and has participated in various educational and cultural exchange programs and tries to amalgamate her love for education, linguistics and psychology through her work. She has been associated with Disha Counseling Center, Mumbai for the past 8 years and is presently working as a school counselor and well-being facilitator at the Millennium School, Dubai. Let us put our hands together and welcome our most committed, devoted, and passionate panelist, Ms. Radhika Kulkarni, who is approximately 1900 kilometers aerial distance away from us, but close on screen. And finally, our panel discussion will be moderated by Ms. Hailley Turakhia Shah, founder Happier Humanity.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Radhika, for joining us. And so today we'll...
Thank you for having me.
Yes, today we're joined with some experts who in their own disciplines and in their own fields understand the concept of well-being and have been also sharing that concept across with people crossing their paths. तो आज हम बात करने वाले हैं कोविड-19 के बारे में. COVID-19 not the condition, not the situation or the illness, but more like COVID-19 the phase or the period of time. इसलिए क्योंकि काफ़ी सारे ऐसे रिपोर्ट्स रहे हैं जिसमें लिखा गया है और जो प्रूवन है कि कोविड के 2 साल के दौरान जितना चेंज हुआ है, जितना एवोल्यूशन हुआ है में, वो तकरीबन 10 साल के बराबर था. And this has impacted children in many ways, as we've seen. We'll probably just give Radhika the first go on this so it's easier for her to engage us. Radhika, what were some changes that you saw in children when they came back to schools after the pandemic?
Yes, saying to what happened during the pandemic was children were suddenly stripped of their social skills, social skills. The need that they spend around 7 hours in school physically with other children, and they also go down to play. That entirely is taken away from them. That is missing suddenly. So when they came and they took some time to adapt to all the new methodologies that were provided to them, like the online schooling method, the constant being at home, the skill that they had formed with the family members and not with their friends as much as what they did before. They tried to shift to that in the first place, and when they came back to school, there was another shift happening. So what you see after the pandemic is a bunch of confused children. Children don't know what to do now. Children don't know how to feel or emote about a few things. So you suddenly tell me to now that school has now shifted online, and then suddenly tell me that now it is offline. I am trying to adapt in many ways. So okay, on the right side, I have learned change management. I have learned to adapt to these skills. I have learned to navigate. I have amazingly learned technology, which probably as a student I wouldn't have followed in my life. But the fact that I still remain confused, I still remain uncertain, is what is being seen in children post-pandemic for sure.
Thank you, Radhika. Dr. Kothari will go over to you. Like she said, children were confused, they had a switch and then switched back. So we've seen the impact. What were the factors maybe in your mind that made this shift happen?
Yeah.
Yes, COVID had a lot of impact on the students, children, mentally also, and also adults, if you say. All the time children are in school, but during COVID, the family members were at home. They would fight in front of the children, and they were frustrated. We could see when during the COVID time, the entire home was visible to us. Because the teacher would teach 40 students in a class, and the screens were like, they could depict the reality of God. Many a times, the child would go into a cocoon and would not speak about things. Sometimes, you could see from the behavior. And sometimes the child would get angry, bang things. It was that time when the parents, they said that how you handle students, how do you handle 40 students, and some appreciated our teachers also. Some were not able to handle the children at home. ADHD and many other issues came out, sprang out, and when the student came back to school, they were unable to adapt. They were unable to adapt, there were learning gaps. The children were not able to write. Now if you see nursery child coming to senior KG directly after 2 years of first standard, the child doesn't know how to write. He doesn't know how to complete the entire thing in that 30 minutes of lecture. And we could see he's not able to, at least there in his mind, but not able to vocalize it. Secondly, we could see a lot of behavioral changes, some kind of aggression, some kind of hitting, moving this leg, and that are visible changes. And somewhere present, we could see that in bullying also, they don't know how to behave, they don't know how to respect. Somehow the entire thing, it was a boon in disguise. Because as I said, it is being evolved 10 years, some technology came very close to us, and we were supposed to work on activities we knew Zoom. But during that time, we used Zoom, we used Google Meet, many LMS platforms. But we cannot deny that this COVID had affected each one of us in a very different way. May if you take it positively, yes, you learn yoga, you learn to cook many things, because we could see many other things going on social media. But children were affected. The behavior of children were seen.
Thank you, ma'am. I think in दोनों में the one common thing is that sir and ma'am both lead schools in very different contexts, but they both lead schools and they both lead teachers and students, several students under them. So sir, slightly different question, keeping signal शाला में आप सबने signal शाला के बारे में सुना होगा, those who present here and online with us. Sir, जो students economically less strong background से आते हैं, जैसे signal शाला में, which is a great option for them. उनमें क्या आपने उनके स्वभाव में अलग बदलाव देखा या फिर वो चेंजेस सिमिलर टू एनी अदर चेंजेस?
बदलाव तो कोविड में काफी हुआ। एक तो उन बच्चों को आइसोलेशन में रहना ये कुछ नई बात नहीं। मान लीजिए कि 3,000 ब्रिज के नीचे 50 बच्चे हैं, वो उस ब्रिज के नीचे की 3rd जनरेशन, उनके दादा क्या आए थे उस ब्रिज के नीचे, उनके दादा क्या आए थे, उनके पिताजी भी वहां पे बड़े हुए, और ये 3rd जनरेशन है। तो ये 3rd जनरेशन बाकी मेनस्ट्रीम किसी भी स्कूलों में नहीं गई, उनके लिए सिग्नल स्कूल शुरू करना पड़ा। क्यों सिग्नल स्कूल शुरू करना पड़ा? क्योंकि वो आइसोलेशन में है। 20 लाख पॉपुलेशन है इस शहर की, उसमें उन 20 लाख लोगों का और उनका कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं है। तो आइसोलेशन उनको मालूम नहीं है। ये कोविड का आइसोलेशन थोड़ा सा अलग वाला आइसोलेशन था। तो फिर सोसाइटी कैसे रिएक्ट करती है उनसे, उसके हिसाब से वो जो माइग्रेटेड पॉपुलेशन जो है, वो माइग्रेटेड पॉपुलेशन उसके हिसाब से वो रिएक्ट करती है। अभी सिग्नल स्कूल का तो एक चीज था कि हम लोग ने कोविड में स्कूल एक दिन भी बंद नहीं रखा। एक स्पेशल परमिशन हम लोगों ने निकाली कि आप उसको स्कूल करके ट्रीट मत करो, आप उसको डे केयर सेंटर करके ट्रीट करो। जैसे माइग्रेटेड वर्कर्स के लिए सरकार या एनजीओ अलग अलग जगह पे सेंटर्स चलाते थे, वैसे ही हम लोगों ने उनको वो स्कूल चलाए। मगर एक डर जो बाहर के माहौल में जो डर था, वो डर परमानेंट उन बच्चों में भी हुआ। तो इसमें सुपरस्टिशन बहुत सारे थे कि उनको ऐसा लगता था कि उनकी कम्युनिटी में कोविड आएगा ही नहीं। इसमें से एक भी पेरेंट्स ने, एक भी बच्चे ने वैक्सीनेशन नहीं लिया। बहुत सारी कोशिश करने के बाद भी उन्होंने वैक्सीनेशन नहीं लिया, उनके पेरेंट्स ने भी वैक्सीनेशन नहीं लिया। बाय ग्रेस ऑफ गॉड मालूम नहीं क्या उनकी इम्यूनिटी पावर अच्छी होगी या और कुछ हो सकता है, मगर उनको कोविड कभी आया नहीं, उनको मतलब कोविड हुआ ही नहीं। वैसे हमारे टीचर्स को भी हुआ, मगर ये बहुत हेरिडिटरी या उनकी माइग्रेटेड पॉपुलेशन जिस कम्युनिटी से वो आते हैं, उस कम्युनिटी की वजह से ये कोविड का ऐसे नहीं है। ये सिंगल स्कूल के 3,50 बच्चों का ये है नहीं। महाराष्ट्र में ऐसे 9 लाख बच्चे हैं, 9 लाख बच्चे हैं, ऑफिशियल आता है 9 लाख बच्चों का, जो अलग अलग महाराष्ट्र के मेगा सिटीज के सिग्नल के नीचे है। तो सब जगह के यही आपको देखने को मिलेगा कि इन बच्चों में अलग सा आइसोलेशन कुछ नहीं हुआ, मगर एक डर फैल गया है कि कोई तो ऐसा डिसीज आया है, और उसकी वजह से फिर एक चीज हमको करनी पड़ेगी, डी लर्निंग। मतलब लर्निंग हैप्पीनेस की लर्निंग हो या लाइफ स्किल का जो हो, तो लाइफ स्किल में अगर आपको हैप्पीनेस सिखाना है या आपको कोई एकेडमिक का कोई भी सिखाना है, तो ये 2 साल के ऐसी चीजें सीखी थी कि जिनकी वजह से हमें अगला जो आफ्टर कोविड वाला जो एजुकेशन ईयर था, उसमें डी लर्निंग में ज़्यादा फोकस करना पड़ा लर्निंग के सिवा। तो डी लर्निंग में क्या होता था कि बहुत सारे ऐसी चीज़ें वो सीख गए थे, उनको पहले मिटाना बहुत ही अच्छे वाले चीज़ें उनको सीखा था। तो ये टीचर्स लोगों के सामने ये ज़्यादा चैलेंज था कि डी लर्निंग कैसा किया जाए।
सर, आपके और मैम के दोनों की बातों में से एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज निकल आती है. The first thing which ma'am mentioned, where she said that children were confused because they had very different experiences at home, maybe vulnerable families, parents fighting, whatever the case may be. And आपने जो शेयर किया कि बच्चों में एक कॉन्सेप्ट बैठा माइंड में कि दिस कैन नॉट हैपन टू अस, ऐसा कुछ. इससे रिलेटेड आई लाइक टू शेयर समथिंग एट दिस पॉइंट. हार्वर्ड ने इंसान पर, ह्यूमैनिटी पर एंड व्हाट मेक्स यू हैप्पी, हमें किन चीज़ों से खुशी मिलती है, इस पर सबसे लंबी स्टडी चल रही है, which is still going on as we see today. 85-year-old study है ये. 700 people are being studied, and the reason, the topic of the study is what makes us happy. As simple as that. Why we are here today. What they have said is, out of all the people, they have got enough data, and they are now saying कि इंसान की खुशी का सबसे बड़ा सोर्स ये नहीं होता या कि पैसा हो, सक्सेस हो, धन दौलत, गाड़ी हो या फेम हो. The biggest source of a person's happiness is positive relationships. And at this point, मैं बुलाना चाहूँगी राधिका को. Ms. Radhika, I would like some comments from you. You know, being a counseling psychologist, what do you have to contribute towards positive relationships for children?
I absolutely agree on the study that's happening that you're talking about, Hailley. Because जब हम बात करते हैं mental health की, या हम बात करते हैं we're talking about the fact that okay, I will want to create happiness in my life. I don't want sadness. I don't want any negative feelings. We cannot do that. That is a response which the human brain creates to create happiness memories. I want to reduce negative factors and I want to increase positive factors. But the fact remains that it's not only about mental health or mental illness, it's about well-being, it's about positivity, it's about positive psychology. So the science is that if you can try, you can learn skills, like there are more life skills, you can actually learn skills to create that happiness further. And happiness definitely comes from more positive relationships, more happier times with people that you connect with socialism, with social skills, which kind of lack and we kind of slip away from us during the pandemic a little bit. It's not that it's completely strict, but I think people also bonded with their family much more than they would otherwise. But like you said, there were people who were really diverse. The psychological research talks about an adversity quotient. The adversity quotient is where we realize that okay, nothing is happy in my life, nothing is going okay in my life. What can I do? I can definitely increase my EQ at that point in time, which is the emotional quotient, the emotional intelligence quotient, which comes only from positive relationships. So if I'm able to build onto more positive relationships in my life, so as a child, if I learn the skills to be more empathetic, to be a more respectful person, to learn positive emotions more, so my all well aware is now as a student to learn how to do it, be able to adapt those positivities, that positivity to another life, and focus more on the affirmations, focus more on my assertiveness, focus more on increasing my EQ than constantly talking about how adverse you are increasing my adversity like that. So what we can teach children or even ourselves as adults is the fact that I can learn the skill to be happy. Emotions are natural. Emotions are something that we are born with. Mortality is something that we are born with. But skills are something that can be learned and that can be achieved. If you teach a child today how to create their own positivity and happiness, it will go a very long way to reach into another.
Your thoughts on how we can teach happiness and how we can include life skills and social emotional learning in day-to-day lives of children.
Happiness, actually everyone's life for happiness. हम पेरेंट्स भी एज अ पेरेंट्स अब यहाँ पे है मौजूद, तो हम बच्चों को इस साल में देखेंगे तो मतलब पूरे ओवरऑल साल में तो हम एकेडमिक्स पे बहुत फोकस करते हैं. हम ये सोचते हैं कि एकेडमिक्स चाइल्डहुड, एक होता है एडोलसेंस, एक होता है एडल्टहुड, एक होता है मिडिल एज, एक होता है सीनियर सिटीजन। ये सब फेजेस में हमने क्या देखा, जब हम मिडिल एज में आते हैं, सीनियर सिटीजन हो जाते हैं, तब हम सोचते हैं पीछे, हम सोचते हैं हम बचपन में कितने खुश होते थे। एक छोटे बच्चे को देखो, वो बारिश की पडल में जब खेलता है तो उसकी खुशी को देखो, और हम जब अडल्ट एज में आते हैं, हम मिडिल एज में आते हैं, हम मिडिल एज में सिर्फ भागते रहते हैं, सिर्फ भागते रहते, पैसा कमाओ, बच्चों का पढ़ाई पूरा करो, और उस बच्चे को हम फिर से टॉर्चर करते हैं कि तुम पढ़ाई करो, पढ़ाई करो, पढ़ाई करो। हम भी इसी तौर से होते हैं। तो अगर ये बच्चे को समझ में आता है, अगर पेरेंट को समझ में आता है कि जब हमें हैप्पीनेस से, और हैप्पीनेस वेल्थ से इक्विवेलेंट नहीं है, यस लग्जरी देता है वेल्थ, लेकिन जो ये पैसा है ये हेल्थ नहीं देता। एंड कोविड ने ये सिखाया, कोविड ने ये सिखाया कि माइंड बॉडी हेल्थ ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, क्योंकि लोगों के पास पैसा था लेकिन वो कुछ नहीं करता क्योंकि उनकी बॉडी ठीक नहीं थी, उनको डायबिटीज था, जिसको डायबिटीज था, अस्थमा था, वो वनरेबल थे वो कोविड में, एंड दे वर अफेक्टेड। जिनका इम्यून सिस्टम अच्छा नहीं था उनको अफेक्ट हुआ। सो नाउ पीपल आर चेंजिंग। सो बॉडी, मेंटल वेलबीइंग, हेल्थ ये इम्पोर्टेंट है, और ये चीज हमें अभी पेरेंट्स को भी सिखाना है और बच्चों को भी सिखाना है।
थोड़ा सा मुझे एक 8th स्टैंडर्ड मेरा लड़का है, 8वीं कक्षा में पढ़ता है, और सिंगल स्कूल के एक 50 से बच्चे हैं। तो हमेशा जब मैं घर लौटता हूँ तो बच्चे के चेहरे पे देखता हूँ, तो जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि यार उसका चेहरा बात करता है ना, कि वो आज पूरे दिन में वो क्या क्या वो हैप्पीनेस है कि नहीं, आज का दिन उसने एंजॉय किया कि नहीं, आज का दिन उसको कुछ देने वाला है कि उसमें से कुछ रिव्यूज करना है उससे। तो गए 4-5 साल में मुझे हमेशा एक ऐसी चीज़ लगती कि मैं जिस हाउसिंग सोसाइटी में रहता हूँ उस हाउसिंग सोसाइटी के जितने भी बच्चे, छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं, वो नीचे खेलने ही नहीं आते, एक साथ नीचे खेलने नहीं आते हैं। तो हर कोई कोचिंग में है, मतलब स्पोर्ट्स भी कोचिंग वाला हो गया, मतलब फुटबॉल भी खेलना है, बॉक्सिंग करना है, या फ्लूट सीखना है, गिटार सीखनी है, कुछ चीजें एक्सपर्ट सिखाते हैं इसलिए वहाँ पे जाना है। मगर जो ओपन स्पोर्ट था कि सोसाइटी के नीचे बच्चे आए, खेले, और उसमें जो हैप्पीनेस है विदाउट कोचिंग, विदाउट स्टीरियोटाइप कि नहीं ऐसा इधर से भाग, उधर से भाग, ऐसे ही पंच मार, तो वो हमेशा बोलता है कि जब तक हम लोग कोचिंग में जाता है तो हर बार वो कोचिंग छोड़ देता है 15-20 दिन के बाद। तो उसका हर एक स्पोर्ट्स हो चुका है, क्रिकेट हो चुका है, बैडमिंटन हो चुका है, बॉक्सिंग हो चुका है। तो वो 15-20 दिन के बाद बोलता है कि बाबा मजा येते, मजा येते। तो बोला तुला मजा कसली येणार, ये ना बच्चे नीचे आते ही नहीं। जब वो बच्चे नीचे आएंगे और उनके साथ मुझे लगता है ये ज्यादा जरूरी है कि वो उसको खेलने को, हम भी कहाँ पे, हमारे वक्त कहाँ पे कोचिंग थे हम लोग, तो मैं तो हमारे वहाँ पे सुबह जाते थे तो शाम तक हम लोग खेलते रहते थे। तो कभी कोई बीच में मार देता था तो उसके ऊपर हम लोग रिएक्ट करते हैं। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ना हैप्पीनेस हम लोग इतना स्टीरियोटाइप लाइफस्टाइल करके रखा हुआ है कि उसके अभी सिंगल स्कूल में जाते हैं तो सिंगल स्कूल में ना एक ये स्पोर्ट्स का मैदान है, तो वहाँ पे बच्चे क्रिकेट खेलते हैं। देखो कैसा होता है, बच्चों का खुद का कैलकुलेशन कैसे होता है। तो जब क्रिकेट खेलते हैं तो जो कैच पकड़ेगा, जो बच्चा कैच पकड़ेगा वही बैटिंग करेगा। एक तो प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ है ना कि तेरे को अगर बैटिंग करना है तो कैच पकड़ने के लिए नंबर नहीं निकालना और कुछ नहीं निकालना। तो इसमें से बच्चा ना डिसीजन मेकिंग सीखते हैं। जीतना भी चाहिए या जीतने के बाद हार भी हो सकती है, तो ये सीख सीखे तो मुझे ऐसा कि लाइफ स्किल जो है ना, जितना आप उसको छोड़ो, अभी मेरा बच्चा जो है वो ड्राइंग अच्छा करता है, तो कोविड के पूरे 2 साल में कहाँ से उसने ऑनलाइन ड्राइंग क्लासेस किए, 1 रुपया भी खर्चा न करते, और जिस वक्त मैंने उसको आफ्टर कोविड ड्राइंग क्लास में डाला तो 2 महीने उसने उस ड्राइंग का क्लास छोड़ दिया। तो मैंने उसको पूछा कि क्यों छोड़ दिया, तो वो बोला की अरे ते चांगलं पाहिजे तसं चित्र काढायला सांगतात, मला माझ्या पद्धतीचं चित्र काढायचं आहे, मेरी तरीके का ड्राइंग निकालना है मुझे। अभी एलिमेंट्री में वो A ग्रेड पास हो गया, वो सब वो विदाउट ये, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये ज्यादा जरूरी है। इसलिए सिग्नल स्कूल में ना 8 बच्चे के पीछे 1 टीचर है, ये परसेंटेज है, क्योंकि हर एक बच्चा है ना, टीचर है ना, ये टीचर उस बच्चे का फैमिली डॉक्टर होता है, तो उसकी पूरी हिस्ट्री उसको मालूम होता है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि सब जगह, अभी बड़े बड़े स्कूलों में तो ये इतना ऐसा रेशो प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल नहीं है, मगर फिर भी 32 बच्चों के आगे हमारे स्कूल का जो ये होता है ना, वो जाना नहीं चाहिए। अगर ऐसा होगा तो टीचर और स्टूडेंट के साथ जितना इंटरेक्शन अच्छा होगा, जितना पर्सनल अटेंशन होगा, उतना ही बच्चे हैप्पीनेस होंगे, क्योंकि टीचर तो वो तो गॉड होते हैं, उनके वजह से बच्चे ये होते हैं। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये करना ज़्यादा जरूरी है।
थैंक यू सर। मैम, आई थिंक आप दोनों ने बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से काफ़ी अहम मुद्दे हमारे सामने रखे हैं। फर्स्ट वन बीइंग दैट एजुकेशन इज सपोज टू बी फन, happiness education and life skills are also supposed to be fun because they really teach us the skills like creative thinking, like जैसे आपने अपने खुद के सन का एग्जाम्पल दिया, डिसीजन मेकिंग एंड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग। खेल में हम कई बार कहीं ऐसे टक्करे खा लेते हैं जहाँ पर हमें वो सोल्यूशन निकालना पड़ता है। कभी शटलकॉक कहीं उड़ गया, क्लोज कोर्ट में हम खेलेंगे तो क्या ही होगा, वी हैव टू लिसन टू द रेफरी एंड द इंस्ट्रक्टर। And ma'am, what you mentioned about actually teaching children and making this a day-to-day activity, अलग से life skills नहीं, but how we can embed it into our curriculum, into each and every subject every single day. Maybe one concluding remark. In 2018 also, आप सबने शायद पेपर्स में भी पढ़ा होगा, दिल्ली में हैप्पीनेस करिकुलम ऑलरेडी स्टार्ट कर दिया गया था 2018 में, एंड द डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर एंड देन एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर श्री मनीष सिसोदिया जी ने तभी एक कमेंट किया था, व्हिच आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर। ही सेड इन 10 years or 12 years that the students study in school, we make great doctors, great scientists, great engineers, etc. out of them. But how well are we capable to make honest, good, character-filled human beings out of them? And that is really the crux of the topic today. Happiness, life skills bolo, social emotional learning bolo, kuch bhi kaho. And I will close with any concluding remarks from our speakers.
So the concluding remark from my end is, yes, Harvard also has started with happiness sports, and we also should emphasize more on happiness, and this should start from foundation. It should start from all the very best. You are doing a wonderful work, and all the best. It is a pleasure having Sir here, and you and all other people here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, Ms. Radhika, also for joining in all the way from Dubai with us. And
thank you so much, Hailley, for having me. And it was great to listen to the speakers on the panel. Thank you so much. It's a great initiative that you're doing, Hailley. I know Hailley for quite some time now, and all the work that she does is wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, madam. Sir. Wait.
Thank you to all the panelists for sharing the struggles, faced both by parents, children and teachers, and also for the wonderful thing that we said, we should not look backwards, but we should look forward. There will be no regrets afterwards. So can we create that real joy for the children? Thank you for your very interesting, engaging content. Thanks to Hailley also for her very engaging and flowing discussion throughout the panel discussions. Moving ahead, it's time to move from theoretical discussions to a practical approach. Whatever I say now is less, for we're talking about the person who always inspires a fresh and exciting approach to life, Miss Bernadette Pimenta. A sociology graduate of St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, with a postgraduate degree in education, Bernadette Pimenta is the principal of the Garden School, Mumbai since 1983. The front runner of life skills in Thane due to her enrichment classes that have been held since several years. A social activist, she is the founder trustee of Sevadar in 1991, an NGO which has been working for the poor and marginalized, especially women and children, in prisons across Maharashtra, the observation home for juveniles, Bhiwandi, and the mental hospital, Thane. Ms. Pimenta is also the chairperson of Snehalaya, Center for Persons in Need of Special Care, as well as the national coordinator of the World Community for Christian Meditation, London. She was also the former vice president of the Indo-Global Social Service Society, Delhi. She has to her credit innumerous accolades for the great work she has been and is still doing. And I would like to call out one for her contribution to education, counseling, comforting poor, challenged, and socio-economically disadvantaged people of Maharashtra, the editors and board of directors of Education World presented her with the EW Extraordinary Public Service Award 2020. Let us put our hands together as we invite our beacon of hope, our motivating force, Ms. Bernadette Pimenta, to shed some light on the practical impact of life skills and social emotional skills.
Mic? I'll give the mic. You can sit here and talk.
Hello. Thank you, Mr. Turakhia, for being so very generous in your introduction of me. Okay, I really appreciate all the trouble you have taken to pick up all the required material. This morning, dear friends, I'm here because I've come to learn from my ex-students. On the panel are three of them. Hailley, who is the initiator of Happy Humanity, Chitra Pandhi, and there's Amey. He's coming late. Okay. So believe me, I've not come to share a lot. I've come to learn from them. And I'm very honored and privileged to have been invited to participate in this session this morning. I don't want to dwell on what the rest have already dwelt on, but just a few inspirational thoughts that inspired me. Okay? When Mahatma Gandhi was asked by a foreign journalist, how was he a happy person? He quoted from the Isha Upanishads and he said, just renounce and enjoy. Now renounce does not mean to engage in self-denial, but the renunciation he dwelt on was when the dawn has arrived, blow off the candle. Simple. Okay? Blow off the candle, the dawn has arrived. So happiness is all over. Happiness is everywhere. But we have not trained ourselves to perceive that happiness. Right now, it's here. It's here for all of you participating. You're not aware maybe that we're happy people, but when we work together in collaboration, then comes the dawning of the realization. Okay? Then Abraham Lincoln addressed the meeting Gettysburg Address, if I'm not mistaken. He said, marriage for none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, and as God gives us to see the right. Okay? I won't do a speech for you here, but with marriage for none, with charity for all. So friends, we belong to the world, and the world belongs to us. So every single human being we encounter is sent to us providentially. This has been my experience all my life. I've met some of the most wonderful persons in all the interviews I give, and I've stated very categorically, I've met the most wonderful persons in prison. You'll be shocked. But I'm glad that I'm in and out of the prison, in and out of the mental hospital, in and out of the observation home, and I'm seeing genuine people incarcerated for years just because they have not evolved as human beings that they should have evolved because of circumstances that have been controlling them and negativism, a lot of negativity. So when Hailley spoke about this to me, and now Hailley is on my staff, they've already become the happiness model in my school, and I'm honored to have all my students on my staff. So I hope this gets carried forward for posterity. Chitra, Hailley, and Amey are better to adopt anyway. Then, Swami Vivekananda, he said, in the world, take always the position of giver. Give everything and look for no return. Give love, give help, give service. Give every little thing you have, but don't look for power. In this modern consumerist, materialistic society, we always wait to see what we can get from another. Okay? It's in giving that we become happy. It's in giving that we enhance our emotional well-being. It's in giving that we rise to be spiritual beings. And only a highly evolved spiritual being will realize that to be happy, you need to be giving. Because no human being is perfect. Everybody has their eccentricities, their weaknesses, their flaws, whatever. But we have to learn to accept and love every single human being that we encounter from morning to evening. Okay? The other quotation which has touched my heart is, I think it's a Bhatu Sawant. Where there is faith, there is love. Where there is love, there is peace. Where there is peace, there is God. Where there is God, there is no me. Okay? Now when I say God, I'm not talking in terms of a deity or whatever. I'm talking about again spirituality. Alright? Because what's very important today is nurturing in our children spirituality. And if we have happy homes with a spiritual mindset, we will definitely communicate that spirituality to the community. And the community will make a better nation, and the nation will make a better world. So Hailley, this happier concept has to be extended to all those who are leaders everywhere. Political, social, economic, everywhere. This message must reach everyone to that even those on the global front will take a little trouble to work out policies, treaties, whatever, that will make the world a happier place. And God has given enough for everyone's need, but not for everyone's greed. Okay? Very important. He has given us pleasure and abundance. He has given us happiness and abundance, joy and abundance. Pleasure we get from whatever we indulge our senses. Joy from interacting with lovely people around. Okay? And believe me, every single human being is just lovely. Okay? And happiness comes from doing things for others, reaching out in love and service. And we have so many marginalized people mindset and changing their perception from negativities to something which is constructively positive and which will have a long impact on their thinking, perceptions, attitudes. When we wake up in the morning, friends, we thank God for another day. I woke up one day and saw a huge monkey in my garden, sharing with you. A huge monkey in my garden. No, definitely the garden belongs to the monkey belongs to the garden. So why should he be there? Let him be there. He did his time, for something else in his garden. And he did do it. Alright? The next year, a huge monitor lizard. Believe me, as big as that sofa you were sitting on. Huge fellow workman on all fours in the garden. Okay? I think of Chitra is literally on the tiger. Because that monitor lizard didn't modify me initially. But it didn't disturb me. But he was blending with nature and the natural setting landscape. It was let him be. And right enough, all these creatures, eventually, when they were tired of our garden, they went to the neighboring garden. When they went to the neighboring garden, they crossed the street and went to my excellent garden. And there they always say, please call the SPCA and help us out, which I did. Okay? So they all all must learn to live peacefully. We must learn to coexist. And that is the joy and the beauty of living on this earth. Okay? We are all planted here for a special purpose, and we have to fulfill the purpose for which it has been ordained. We are meant to engage in building a world of justice, peace, and love. Okay? So thank you so much, Hailley, for inviting me here. Thank you so much. I'm learning, growing, and evolving, listening to Hailley, Chitra, and my dear Amey. When Amey comes to school on Teacher's Day, treat me year after year. He said, I want to sit in the same chair I sat on, and please, if you don't mind, may I spend one night here? And I did have one of my students, you'll be horrified. One of my students, she sat on my steps. She used to come every night, many consecutive nights. Alright? And she sat on the steps till 11 o'clock. And her dad had traveled a long distance because we came by car and take her back home. Then I said, I must find out why this is happening. I'm a very curious teacher, okay? I spoke to her. I said, now please try to know why are you coming so late at night, leaving your home and sitting at my doorstep? You know what she said? She said, teacher, I promise you I will not come again. Just let me sleep in your bed with you. You know? So then I tried to find out for something lacking in this child. Something lacking somewhere. I got into a study because the father was working in the research department, and whenever he created some lovely biscuits, he used to always sell them to me to savor them and to tell them to lack something. I'm not dietitian or whatever, but he still sent it to me. Then I found out the mother was going through a trauma. Right? She had a problem. She was severely disoriented. You see? So it's very important that Bhatu said the ratio of people to child is just 1 to 8. That is how it should be. So we have to get into what is the main problem ailing our students. We have to let them emerge as stronger, emotional human beings. Okay? Like when I had two people for a job, just shared with two friends, I just put the IQ on the back burner. Okay? When I was the vice president in Delhi of the Indo-Global Social Society and subsequently ambassador, I had to visit all the projects in all the states in India. And I've learned such a lot about children. I've seen children working in school colleges. I won't now dwell on those things because I don't want to talk about it. But it's the beautiful country we live in, but the problems are problems yellow. And the problems that are there in all its intensity are those who are poor and marginalized. I've seen all the areas I have been working, and something which breaks my heart. So if each one of us take a decision on World Happiness Day to reach out to one human being, one single human being, and take it to its climatic end. Okay, take it to its climatic end. There's so much we can do to redeem the situation. Because we are here not just for our own emotional and spiritual well-being. We are also here to ensure that we engage in building a happier world. Okay, so thank you so much. God bless each one of you, and we all collectively engage in whatever we are planning for. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bernadette Pimenta, for a very simple and humble talk. I'm confident that the takeaways from your session on the very simple talk you said, the joy of giving and reaching out, will help us to be successful in life and spread happiness and well-being. We will now move on to our next session on making happiness happen. Hailley Turakhia Shah initiated Happier Humanity, knowing well that the one thing everyone seeks is fulfillment and well-being. She's a certified life and well-being coach and a certified happiness coach. Hailley's focus is child and youth well-being, and through Happier Humanity, she's presently ushering in well-being programs at Indian educational institutions. She firmly believes that these kind of skills shouldn't be available only to the privileged. Her earnest attempt, therefore, is to extend this knowledge to children across socio-economic strata, regions, and languages.
Thank you. I'm going to stay here, I think to build a more personal connection with everybody present here. Ms. Chitra started with the first question where she said, what is happiness? So after listening to everybody, the whole spectrum of happiness kya hai, life skills kya hai, love and peace is what we have to spread around us. Can anybody sum it up in one statement? What is happiness? An absurd question hai, happiness kya hoga? To show that is happiness. Yes.
It's just a comfortable state of mind, because we can't expect ourselves to be joyous and dancing every time. There can be a tragic moment, but if we come back to a comfortable state of mind, then we are.
Thank you so much. And I'll repeat what Ms. Chitra said. This is experience with you. This cannot come to any one of us at this age unless we really delve deeper into the science of happiness. And when each of you would have received the message for this seminar event today, it said we will share practical tools and tips that you can use for yourselves as well as children and family in your life. So I get a lot of questions, and we're coming to the practicality of it. Just bear with me, I won't take more than 10 minutes. I get a lot of questions saying, oh Hailley, you must be like the happiest person around. And I just look at them, or the person saying this to me, and I'm like, okay, exactly why? No prizes for guessing, no Vishal, I'll give you a prize. Any guesses again? Anyone? Why people probably say this to me?
Help others become happy. It's like you're very demanding person, because you help others get fit. So same way, you help others become happy. You cannot be sad.
Somehow I get a positive vibe from you. The day I met you, you are doing a wonderful philanthropic work like Happier Humanity. This is something I realized it now after 50 years. And now you are so young. Remember when you came, I said, how? And what are you doing? And this is the base of it. That's the reason. And that reflects, that resonates.
Thank you very much for the kind words and for the humbling words, but I was not fishing for compliments for everybody else here. I get this often because I have a father whose name is Anand and a husband whose name is Harsh. And Anand and Harsh, दोनों का meaning कुछ ना कुछ happiness होता ही है. So people are like, यहाँ पे half, मतलब you must be the happiest person. But ठीक है, that is true. They this report comes out. Sadly, the statistics that I'm going to share with you right now are a little disheartening, but I need to build my case. So the State of the World's Children's Report 2021 said to us that India was the only country out of 21 surveyed countries which said if somebody is suffering from a mental health concern, it is not okay to ask for help. I will repeat. It is not okay to ask for help if someone is suffering from a mental health concern or is not in the best of their mental well-being. That was a big shocker to me, and this was halfway through when I was working in the domain and training myself for the get certified. The next statistic is from Childline. 1098 is a number we may all be familiar with, जो एक emergency number है बच्चों के लिए if they're in any kind of challenging situation. The leadership team of Childline said कोविड के पहले हफ्ते से 10 दिन तक 3 lakh calls came to them in the first 10 days of COVID from children alone in India. Out of that, 30% calls were from children fearing for their well-being and connection at home. A very important point which we raised even during the panel discussion, children were vulnerable during COVID, and this was close to 92 or 97,000 something is the number, which was again a big shocker. The third statistic I want to share is from the annual status of education report which comes out every year, and it says 25%, so 24 states and 14 languages in India, 24 states across is the width and the breadth of which this report was conducted. It said 8-year-old children were asked this question, if you're playing with your favorite toy, and वो toy को किसी ने छीन लिया, समझो वो toy को आपसे किसी ने ले लिया तुम्हारे friend ने, what will you do to get it back? Any guesses? What would anyone of you do? Anyone? Show of hands, I can know of you.
I'll go and bang him.
Okay, it's another one bang him.
First reaction.
You're my first student after this. We'll do one-on-one coaching. Anything else? Anyone? Chalo. For the positive of time, I will do. 25% children said, I will go and beat him up and fight, or beat her up and fight with him. 25%. That is a very, very big number. And these are 8-year-olds, not even fully grown adults who have anger or aggression concern. 8-year-old children. And out of that same group, only 2.5% children said, we will go and talk to them and ask them, Baba, why did you do this? Or, tell me, maybe we can share and play together. 2.5%, that's 2.5 children out of 100 children. That is true state. And आप मुझे बोलेंगे, maybe some of you who are cynical, कि यार ये reports है, पूरी representative नहीं होते, we are very representative, we are very UN. We see this as teachers and principals and people working with children on a day-to-day basis. And if that is not enough, the next statistic says 1 in 4 children in India is dealing with some kind of depression. I don't want everybody to feel sad here because there is a flip side to this, but that is also a very, very, very important number that we need to dwell upon when we talk about this. So this is like me building my case, talking about the negatives. But guess what? I have to jump into my coaching shoes, what I do on a daily basis, and look at the solution, the brighter side of things, the perspective that comes in from experts across the world. And that is this. That in India, we have approximately 260 million students in school. Maybe that number is aage piche, these are slightly old statistics. But it means that 50 million or 60 million odd children, that is that 1 in 4 that I showed you, have some concerns that need to be addressed. What happiness education or what social emotional learning or positive psychology, all these terms that you learn, what does it do? Does it fix the problem? Yes or no? It fixes the problem? Sorry. Yes? What if I tell you you were wrong? Could you be wrong? Does it fix the problem? Okay, you could. Thank you, Auntie. You're nodding. It's very nice to accept. Maybe I'm wrong. It does not fix the problem, or it does not go to look at kya gadbad hai. It seeks to strengthen the strengths, or it's to strengthen the positive. And that is what we have seen over a period of time. Brings in tangible positive change in children in their childhood, so that they take those values with them as they move ahead in years to come. And we look at examples of that. So, like I said again, these are the terms that I just called out. Anytime you hear resilience training, positive education, happiness coaching, whatever marketing I do is mostly all of these words. So that is the whole gamut of services. And जो हमने बताया social emotional learning skills, actually वो होते हैं ASEL, Academic, Social, Emotional Learning. Academic क्या होता है? What we study are thinking, cognitive, maths किया, English, geography, history, etc. What is social skills? How we perceive ourselves. मैं इस दुनिया में किस लिए हूँ, क्या रोल है, मैं कैसे समझ सकती हूँ आसपास मेरे इर्द गिर्द जो लोग हैं, मैं उनके साथ कैसे बर्ताव करूँ. And what is emotional learning? Emotional learning is how I process my emotions. जैसे one of the panelists said that everybody has to experience a wide range of emotions. You can't be happy all the time and smiling all the time. Sadness आएगा, दुख आएगा, fear आएगा, डर आएगा, सब कुछ आएगा, but it's up to you how you deal with it and how you cope with it. So that is emotional. Our schools do a very good job at academic learning, the A of the ASEL. We don't know yet how great a job we do at the social and the emotional aspect, and we need to somehow amp up our efforts in that domain because we've seen the impact come through. So that is reinforcing my case. Now you will tell me कि हमने ये सब किया. How do I know? What is the guarantee that this will really impact in a positive way? What if it backfires? So I'm here to tell you. The biggest part of this, of social emotional learning or self-education, etc., all of those synonyms is you are educating the whole child. You are looking at holistic education, all-round education, all-round development, not just bookish knowledge. And those are the life skills that the biggest companies in the world look for today. Today people may ask you, you are an MBA, but probably an Apple or a LinkedIn or any other company, Infosys for that matter, will do an emotional quotient, an EQ test. And if you rank high on EQ, but you rank okay, decent on academics, they will still have you as their candidate or as their secretary. But if you rank low on EQ and high on your IQ or intelligence quotient, they might reject you. And we've seen many children, I come from an MBA background, crying and crying over this, and therefore that was also like a push. But moving back, the first and the largest improvement is with this kind of education or with happiness training and sessions, there is an improvement in the attitude, in the behaviors, in the skill set of children in the short term definitely. There is also a decline in each of their children's aggressive behaviors. जो harsh behaviors होते हैं जैसे मारना, तोड़ना, फेंकना, a random fit of anger. And this reminds me of another small quick statistic. The same study that studied 8-year-olds also studied 6-year-old children. 6 साल के बच्चे, they could not identify जो main 4 primary emotions हैं. Anybody can just shout out the main emotions in जो main of the emotions हैं. Anger, happy, sad, angry, one more. Fear, happiness, sadness, anger, and fear. क्या होता है if a child cannot identify that whether this is sadness or whether this is fear or whether this is anger, the child doesn't know how to respond to the situation, which means the child is acting aggressively, angrily, and choking. So 6-year-old children in India were unable to identify that, and that's what we need to work, and that's the skill we need to develop further in emotional learning. Again, moving on long-term improvement, I mentioned pro-social behavior. Pro-social also means the willingness to be kind, to give back to society, like Ms. Pimenta shared with us, and altruism, जिसे हम sociology में कहते हैं. And any finance people here, finance background? Okay. Cost benefit analysis. Every time, ना जितना पैसा डाला उसमें return क्या है? ROI, day-to-day language. What is the cost benefit analysis? Again, this is proven. Every $1 or 85 or 90 जो चल रहा है rupees spent on educating children in the social and emotional front gives a return of $11 or 11 times for $1. How? This is a very problematic figure. How? Every child who is emotionally balanced or who is in the sphere of good well-being does not miss school, does not need further academic assistance. उसको अलग से कोच नहीं करना पड़ता स्कूल में, काउंसलर के पास नहीं भेजना पड़ता, which means these are all financial inputs. हर चीज को हमें पैसा देना पड़ता है, right, for additional support. तो क्या होता है कि these amounts come down, so it furthers the economy. At the end of the day, the entire education system is being affected positively. The economic impact is much larger, and also the human impact or the human development impact is much larger. So this is my upside, like I mentioned. But now how? Like we said practical tips. What can I do? All of this looks great on a slide, statistics, research, reports, सब क्या है? मैं day-to-day basis में क्या करूँ? मेरा बच्चा रोज आके झगड़ता है. What do I do? So the first, before I say actually, let me ask anyone. Has anyone tried anything that has worked with your family, children? neighbors' children, whoever. Okay. No, we'll keep it very simple. The work we do in longer sessions is much more deep, it's much more experiential and activity oriented, but we'll look at this one by one. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is gratitude. Does anybody feel thankful for anything here? Just shout out what you feel thankful for. For life, love, breath. Brilliant. See, in this span of 3 seconds, we got 3 answers. Children have the capacity to feel thankful for if you just ask them. In the sessions that I've been conducting with Ms. Pimenta, the initial responses that I used to get were, I'm happy for the food that I get, I'm happy for mommy because she does all my work at home, etc. So very day to day. The responses that I get after 4 to 5 sessions are, I'm grateful for having that friend who always helps me when I fail and I don't have a pencil. So they identify, मैं जब कुछ लैक कर रही हूँ तभी मेरी दोस्त या मेरा दोस्त आकर मुझे हेल्प कर रहा है. I am grateful, somebody said this to me, I am grateful for the time I fell in the bathroom. 6-year-old girl in my first session, I fell in the bathroom. Why? Because I learned now to use the stool to wash my legs so I don't slip. So that is the depth to which children can think if you give them an opportunity. So gratitude on a daily basis. Just talk to your child 3 things that you are happy for over dinner, over lunch, सोने से पहले उठने के बाद, whenever you get the time. Second thing, very also important, happy memories. Ms. Chitra spoke about a time when you bashed somebody's car that keeps coming back to you. Your brain processes the same kind of response whether you actually acted out or not. The exact same logic applies to happy memories. If you think about that great time you had with that great friend in that great country, your brain is processing the same positive chemicals, oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, some of you may have heard, and that is making your body a lot more calm, is impacting your well-being and is teaching your brain. So children have a very plastic brain, elastic. तुम ऐसे खींचो तो ऐसे खींचेगा, तुम उसको ऐसे सिकुड़ दो तो सिकुड़ जाएगा. So that is the magic of introducing all these practices at a young age. So that's happy memories. The next 3 come in one go. Practice a random act of kindness, like Ms. Pimenta said, do kind things, spread love and peace across the world. Anyway, the picture shows a child randomly going into someone's locker in school and leaving a message saying have a great day. Randomly smiling, saying thank you to the rickshaw wala. It snowballs and it moves ahead, and children pick up these things very fast. Next 2, very self-explanatory, exercise and meditate. Again, they release a lot of positive hormones in your body that help you react, help you take, also help you make very balanced decisions. And meditation, of course, I will not dwell too much upon our first speaker, explain that very well. One bonus, nature. Children have an innate capability to connect with nature. They will pick out things that you might just not notice. Blue skies, clouds in the shape of a dog, deep blue ocean, trees with large barks, and you will be amazed at the way they describe it and express it. It's beyond expectation, and that really connects them to the world outside. So I've given you 5-6 tips more or less that we do on a daily basis in a very simple way with children. I'm just thinking, was there? Oh yes, very important. So the question, again, next question that I get is, so should we be happy all the time? Should we tell our children to be happy all the time? Already, Dr. Kothari said no, because जैसे पहले बताया, enabling children to learn different emotions also gives them the strength to understand how differently they can react. So every time they're angry, it doesn't mean they have to throw a fit. It doesn't mean कि उनको tantrum करना है या चिल्लाना है या किसी पे कुछ फेंकना है. It could also mean that they find their own way. किसी बच्चे को पसंद आएगा कि मैं जरा रुक जाओ पानी का ग्लास पीऊँ. किसी बच्चे को शायद अच्छा लगेगा, just like you said, just breathe in, breathe out. So we tell children, smell the flowers and blow out the candle. Smell the flowers and you blow out the candle. Some of these things work with some kinds of children. So it's important to coach your students and your children into developing different kinds of responses as and where they are appropriate. And that is the whole idea of giving them the strength to understand everything and to respond positively to all of these situations. And that is just something I wanted to say. Why I'm doing this is because I believe that everyone has an infinite capacity. It's up to us how we identify that capacity and how we enable children to identify that within themselves and therefore lead more It's not आज खुश हूँ, कल खुश हूँ, परसों दुखी हूँ. It is in a long span of time. How content, how fulfilled can you be with your life despite all of life's ups and downs? In the last 30 seconds, just to show you the wide spectrum of things that we do. Ma'am, you mentioned bullying also. That is another very important aspect that we touch upon, where there is a not-for-profit organization working closely with schools to sort of capacity train teachers to move bullying from from punishing behavior, you know, for children who are bullies or children who are perpetrators of bullying, into more sort of calmer and nicer ways of dealing with the situation. And with that, I would like to conclude and thank everybody for your time today. We are a small gathering, but I believe if there is value in lesser numbers, there is volume later when you move further ahead with the movement. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hailley, for the very inspiring talk. And friends, if, like she spoke, if happiness is your purpose in life, then we have to practice. And we know, we've heard so many of them talk. Ms. Bernadette Pimenta said the joy of giving and reaching out. If we practice that and preach it, get more people to enroll into it, preaching it, telling others about it, helping others, we can be the happyologists passing this good message to our friends. So our right effort will help us to do things and fuel happiness in the right direction. I was just told a whisper in Hailley's ear and she turned back. So I'm coming back to the final note. Amey Gawand, I'm going to introduce him. Sports, fine arts and performing arts have always been integral to building one's focus, perfection and endurance. How can we conclude today's event on happiness and well-being without one of these? He says, music is the source of my happiness. We're talking about our award-winning vocalist, composer, music producer, director, animal lover, wanderer and dreamer, Mr. Amey Gawand, who expresses his patriotism, his love for animals, his keen interest in world history, and above all, his quest to forge and maintain a spiritual connection with divinity through music. Amey started as a musician and sound engineer in 2006, then rose to music producer and director in 2012, and hit the peak as founder of One Stop Music India in 2013. Amey was a semi-finalist in Idea Saregama. He was appreciated by ex-presidents Srimati Pratibha Patil for his contribution to music, winner of the Phoenix Award, music director of Yellow Oscar winner documentary High Power, producer and music director of An Unheard Lament, and won various band competitions across India. Mr. Amey Gawand's favorite quote is, "All I want is everything." Some people spread happiness wherever they go. Some people spread happiness wherever they go. And so he brings to us a vision of music for happiness. Let us put our hands together for our brilliant, confident and talented Mr. Amey Gawand, who will lift our spirits and let them soar into melody.
Check. Mic check.
You want to move the table away? Wait.
So I'm just really happy that everyone's here and I am here. I had to deal with a sort of an emergency in the morning. I would have reached much earlier, but glad we reached right on time, like spot on. And would have loved to attend the whole thing, but then, emergencies don't tell you when they are coming. Just had to deal with that. Glad I'm here. Glad all the people who have mentored me or who've been with me from the start of my journey are here. And this is nostalgia. I remember, and it was a speech that I delivered in this very hall when Mr. Khairla had come here years and years ago. So a lot of nostalgia. And now to add to that nostalgia, we have music with us. And me and my friend Rahul, who is setting up and he'll be ready shortly, and come with some few recorded examples. We just demonstrate what music can do for happiness and to talk a little bit about happiness until we are good to go. So happiness is a very subjective feeling, There are different things that will make different people happy. The role that music plays in bringing happiness to us is multifaceted because it can make you feel pleasant, it can make you experience much needed catharsis in life. Sometimes you need those cathartic feelings, sometimes you need to let them out. So, in any range of emotion or on the spectrum of all the emotions music has you covered, we'll just give you some quick demonstration. So with me, I have Mr. Rahul with me, who is a very accomplished musician himself and played with a lot of artists in Bollywood. So some people like me with the indie route, some people like him managed to do both indie music and Bollywood. All of it. He's played with artists like Kailash Kher, and after Kailash Kher, I don't think I need to name anybody else. So let's give it up for Rahul. Good, we can chill. I can go front. Good stuff. So let's do a small exercise with the guitar. I am to play a few examples over that speaker, but I don't think we have the right connections to connect it for some reason. So we can manage with the guitar and my voice. Nevertheless, let's do a quick thing with the guitar. Now, let's play a chord sequence. I want all of you to participate because this is going to be an interactive thing. So the chords that we play, how does everyone feel listening to them? What are the emotions you go through? Pleasant, yeah. I'd really appreciate if some people would come in front and participate with us because it's yeah, please. Yes. 80% listening, and the rest 20% is the performance part. So all good musicians are good listeners, and all good listeners are good listeners. That's how we know. We need a lot of good listeners to listen to good music. So when we play this sequence to you, when we play these chords to you, I just want some volunteers from the audience to tell me how they feel. Can you play that again? So I'm assuming it gives you a sort of a warm feeling, like a pleasant feeling.
A calm feeling.
Yeah, a calm feeling, things are in control sort of. Now we will play the same chords and we will just change the grooves, like upbeat grooves. So these are the very same chords that. Yeah, now how do you feel good?
Somebody say energetic.
Energetic. Elevated, exactly. So the role that music will play in contributing to our happiness starts from what music we listen to. Okay? And it's really, really important. These days music has become more of a tool that blocks out daily commute noises, or it blocks out unwanted sounds, but then it's much more than that. If we listen to music that either calms us or makes us feel energetic or makes us feel like we win over a few problems that we face in our day-to-day lives, or problems in general, we will end up feeling much more happy, more in control of the situation. Okay? So, let's play one very popular example. We'll play a bit of we'll play an example. So you see here immediately, I am sure there's a lot of serotonin, dopamine, all the good hormones being secreted, but everybody, including us, because this is what we do. So the point is, you just listen to some good music and you listen to your mind, you listen to your heart, listen to your feelings. And there's music to guide you through every emotion. So let's say you're feeling a little down and you listen to something like this. I remember an experience where it wasn't the best of days. A few years ago, I wasn't having the very best of days. and I now managed to forward my old radio from our storage, and I just connected it and I just played any station that came through, and there was this song called "Kaise Hai Ye Mitti Jisme Phool Ban Ke Dil Khile." The good thing about the radio is you don't know what to expect. You know, when we have our Spotify, when we have our streaming services, we are in control of the playlist we know. And that's why they have given us an alternative where you turn shuffle on so that you don't know what to expect. But the great thing about listening to impromptu music or the radio or where having less control sometimes over things is really, really helpful. Where you don't know what will come up next and the surprise element is still there. Right? So, can I have some experiences where people have listened to their favorite music and or their favorite radio stations and come through tough times? So we can carry on from there.
Anyone would like to share? Yes, we have someone.
Please. Yes.
During the COVID time, actually, I was bored on radio. I love radio Kochi. I like 93.5, and I still listen to radio daily at night. As you said, impromptu, but because if you play Amazon or your playlist, because we know what music is going to play.
Exactly.
I love to listen to radio and old songs. I love those songs, 90s, 60s, 70s, all those songs.
Exactly. So so yes, for many people nostalgia is the thing. So for us, we grew up in the 90s, and for us, songs like these, songs like Hailley and the indie bands that came up in the 90s was a big time nostalgia for us because that's what we listened to growing up.
Amey, there's one more.
Yep.
Hi. So once I was really going through a tough time and I was happy to hear the song with Shahnanigans and it was incredible. It just changed my mood, it changed my thought pattern and somehow it gave me a go through that tough situation. And everything felt
I totally can understand because it has happened for all of us so many times. So the idea, when Hailley told me that you got to talk about music and you got to incorporate music as a means to achieve happiness, the whole idea is to turn people back to listening to music. You know? So many times when we go to restaurants or other places where there's music playing and then people are talking and you say, "Arey kya baj raha hai?" Kuch to background mein baj raha hai. So we need to be more aware of what we listen to, the kind of music we listen to, and that's going to help us sail through. Now, as I said in the beginning, sometimes our therapy is getting all the feelings out. You may have feelings of, you may be broken, you may have feelings of being betrayed, may feel frustrated, in your head, you may be cursing the world. But sometimes getting those feelings out is extremely important. The catharsis and expressing how you feel is really important to get it out of the system and then you can move on. So this is an original that I have which I wrote when we had a lot of things going on around us. It was the Iraq war and attacks happening in our country, whatnot. Everything going on simultaneously. It's a Marathi composition. I'll play a bit of it to you. Now, language is a medium of expression, but beyond language, there's music, there are notes, and there is the emotion. So I'm sure people who do not follow Marathi will also follow the emotion behind it. bit with this is Behind Blue Eyes by the Who. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man. Behind blue eyes, no one knows what it's like to be hated, to be faded, telling only lies. But my dreams, they are just empty, and my conscience seems to be. I have hours all for me, but love is vengeance, never set free. Oh, nothing will rise something Mano se kiji nadi mati. So if you're feeling down, and sometimes the Hakuna Matata type songs don't do it for you. Most of the time they do, but sometimes they don't. They're like, Hakuna Matata, and you go, no, I have a lot of rage inside me. Then that's when you listen to something like this. That's when you listen to rock or metal. When you're chilling, when you're having a good time, you can listen to some reggae stuff. When you feel intense, you can listen to some Western classical. I can't really play it because we don't have the right connection for the speaker, but I can. Anyone who would like to get a listening list from me can definitely get in touch with me, and I'll send you a good list for all sorts of emotions and moods, and it is therapeutic. Trust me, especially Indian classical is medically proven to be extremely therapeutic for depression, for people who feel anxious, things like that. I've learned my Hindustani bit from a very experienced teacher, and I have seen him bring people's temperatures down or stop people from feeling anxious and stuff like that. So if we can please. Let's have a little bit of a demo of some Hindustani classical. Let me know what that may be. So we will have to wrap up it seems like, but as I said, you guys can get in touch with me personally and you can also get in touch with me on Instagram. That has undergone a bit of a change. So my artist name on all the social media, including Instagram, Facebook, you name it, and on Spotify and YouTube, it's Bohemian Raga. That's BOHEMIAN RAAGA. You can check out all our compositions on Spotify. Get in touch with me for more detail about how music can impact you. This was a little rush, but I hope you had fun in the 15 or 20 minutes that we interacted. I'd like to thank Hailley a lot for calling me over for this happiness, well-being session. My mentor, Pimenta teacher, she spoke before all of us did, and that's just a great feeling. To be on the same stage where people who made you what you are have been. So the most important thing that you can take away from the seminar, give a huge round of applause for yourselves. Thank you so much, and we'll connect soon.
Thank you, Amey, for that wonderful fusion in music, the beautiful melodies that really took us to the good times, a gift to cherish forever. And now we've come to the end of today's event. I call upon Hailley to conclude the event.
Okay, just quick thanks to all of you present here, just like Amey said. Just like Amey said, we have to all pat ourselves for showing up on a Sunday morning, as tough as it may be. Special thanks to our speakers, some of who also had commitments who had to move, but very, very heartfelt thanks to everyone who took out time and joined us today for beginning a movement which will hopefully snowball. I forgot my thanks. Prashant, Tara and team for sound, Virendra team for LED and for all the setup that we've been able to do. My team, so my parents, my in-laws, my husband and everybody else, Bhavik and Trupti especially, who have gone beyond the call of duty and helped us today. And all of you present here today, I'm just quickly looking if I forgot anybody, I don't want to. And no, that's pretty much it. Thank you everyone, and also praising God for giving us this opportunity to having met each other in this forum, and hopefully to see each other time and time again on some other things. Thank you.
नक्की आता आता मला माहिती तुम्ही मी नेहमीच आता येता बघत असतो की फोन चालवतो एवढा मस्त प्रकल्प आहे हा such a lovely this benevolent act it is to actually educate those street children, right?
Oh, hello. Yeah. Before we end today's happiest
a day before the International Day of the Happiness. I would like to thank everyone, and we are looking forward for your support for Happiness Matters Reload 2.0 very soon in another 4 to 5 months. Thank you so much for taking your time and being here. Thank you.
हाँ एक फोटो भी ले लेंगे पहले
No, it's all right. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll be in contact with you. I'll be in touch with you. Yeah. I want you to train my teachers because you are doing a good job. It's nice to see you. Good. Yeah. I had to come again.